keynote speaker, Dr. Rizwan Khan, Professor in Department of Electrical Engineering, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Our respected keynote speaker, Dr. Smita Sharma, Amity University, Greater Noida. Respected Conference General Chair, Director GLBITM, Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra. Respected Conference Secretary, Professor and Dean of Strategy, GLBITM, Dr. Shashank Awasthi. Respected Conference Chair, Professor Head CSC, GLBITM, Dr. Sansar Singh Chauhan. Respected Professor and Head Planning, CSC, GLBITM, Dr. Ruth Pratap Ojha. Respected Deans and various head of the departments, my faculty colleagues, scholars, and dear students, we are honored and privileged by the gracious presence of esteemed dignitaries among us. Give them a big round of applause. I, Payagar, with Professor Dharmi Singh, welcome to you all in the inaugural ceremony of the second International Conference on Disruptive Technology ICDT 2024, organized by the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, GLPITN, Greater Noida, and technical co-sponsored by IEEE UP Section India. Over the next 2 days, we have the privilege of hearing from leading experts, engaging in stimulating discussions and collaborations on innovative solutions to some of the most pressing challenges of our time. I am proud to share that this year we received an overwhelming response of over 1113 research papers, out of which 300 were selected and will be presented in the conference. So without making you wait further, I will now start the welcome ceremony. I would request our Honorable Director Sir, Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra, to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor B.D. Chaudhary, by presenting him a bouquet as a gesture of gratitude. I would now request Dean of Strategy, Dr. Shashank Awasthi, to welcome our guest of honor, Professor Tanveer Ahmed, presenting him a bouquet as a token of appreciation. I would now request our head of the department, Dr. Sansar Singh Chauhan, to welcome our guest of honor, Professor R.K. Singh, IIT BHU, by presenting him a bouquet as a token of gratitude. Thank you, sir. I would now request Dean Student Welfare, Dr. Mahavir Singh Narukar, to welcome keynote speaker, Professor Anuj Kumar Sharma, by presenting him a bouquet as a symbol of appreciation. Thank you, sir. I would now request Head Center of Innovation, Dr. Jay Singh, to welcome next keynote speaker, Professor Rizwan Khan, by presenting him a bouquet as a token of appreciation.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Head Planning, Dr. Ruth Pratap Ojha, to welcome keynote speaker, Dr. Smita Sharma, by presenting him a bouquet as a token of appreciation. Ma'am, not with us. I would now request Head Planning, Dr. Ruth Pratap Ojha, to welcome our distinguished guest, Professor M.E. Ansari, Professor and Head EE GVU.
Sir. Thank you.
I would now request Dean Applied Computer Science, Dr. Naresh Kumar, to welcome our distinguished guest, Professor Mohammad Rihan, AMU Aligarh. I would now request Dr. Naresh Kumar to welcome our distinguished guest, Professor Ambika Pathy, Professor and Head EEE GCET. Distinguished guest Professor K.M. Soni, Professor from MIT University.
इधर इधर आ जाओ इधर से सर
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for being with us. I thank you all for being a part of this grand event at GLBITM. Every event needs the blessing of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. It is a time for the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony, a tradition that signifies the illumination of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. With all humility, I request to you all dignitaries to please come forward to light the lamp.
अरे लीजिए ना मैं
माले से थोड़ी जगह है थोड़ा आगे
Thank you, everyone. As we continue with our ceremony today, I have the privilege to extend a special invitation to our esteemed dignitaries to take the seats on the dais. Respected guest of honor, Professor R.K. Singh. Respected guest of honor, Professor Tanveer Ahmed. Respected chief guest, Professor B.D. Chaudhary. Respected General Chair, Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra. Respected Conference Secretary, Dr. Shashank Awasthi. Respected Conference Chair, Dr. Sansar Singh Chauhan. Please take the seats on the dais. Thank you, sir. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you, everyone. Moving on, I would now invite our respected conference general chair, Dr. Director GLBITM, Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra, for the welcome address.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. It is indeed a great day when we gather to, when we come together to discuss about the technological advance that is going to make a big impact in the world and day-to-day life. It is my proud privilege to extend a hearty welcome on behalf of the entire GL Bajaj fraternity and on my own behalf to the distinguished guests present on the dais and off the dais. Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, Professor Bansidhar Chaudhary. When I when I say this name, uh, it takes me to my MTech and PhD time at MNIT Allahabad. Sir was the senior most professor serving there, and it is a honor and privilege to have you, sir, today with us. Thank you for your blessings and finding time to grace this occasion. I welcome you to this inaugural session. And before I go to do my duty with the other dignitaries, uh, I can't resist myself to speak something about Professor Chaudhary a little bit more. Uh, the theme is disruptive technology, and disruptive word is not only applicable to the technology; it is applicable to the thought process as well. And during my stay, and all those who have at any point of time been a part of MNIT Allahabad and has spent some time in computer science department must have been severely influenced by the disruptive thinking that was brought by Professor Chaudhary. And thank you, sir, for influencing all of us with your thought process. He has always challenged the traditional way of teaching pedagogy, be it your research or the general thinking and perspective about life. And you have always played a pivotal role in shaping up all of us in our journey in life, whatever we are today. A fair share of that credit goes to you, sir. We owe you a lot in our life. And with that gratitude, I will once again welcome you to this function. It's my proud privilege to welcome the guest of honor, Professor Tanveer Ahmed. Professor Ahmed has been a prolific researcher in big data analytics, natural language processing. These two are two of the application areas where disruptive technology has a big impact. And with his expertise, I think he brings in a lot of expectation from the audience that when you will be able to listen to him during his course of talk and discussion, you will be immensely benefited. I welcome you, sir, to this function and thank you for finding time and gracing this occasion. It's my proud privilege to welcome the next guest of honor, Professor R.K. Singh from ITBHU. Professor Singh brings again a lot of research of disruptive technologies, being primarily of an electrical background. Probably the electric vehicle is one of the disruptive technologies that are going to hit, or rather, in the process of influencing the industry in a big way. And all those who are from the particular stream and will get an opportunity to interact with Professor Singh will be immensely benefited. I welcome you to this inaugural session, sir. Thank you for finding time and traveling all the way, taking the pain to travel from Banaras to be here. And particularly, we all know that Kasi has been an epitome of our epicenter of knowledge over the years, and probably you bring a little part of that to this inaugural function. Thank you for finding time and gracing the occasion. Uh, I welcome all the dignitaries. I could see Professor Rizwan, Professor Soni, Professor Ambika, Professor Ansari, Professor Anuj, and a lot of others who have found time from their busy schedule and be here to not only to attend the and grace the function with their presence, but to bring that feeling that we are together here to discuss something which will shape up the future course of action in terms of research, particularly with the ecosystem or the group that we are developing here. So thank you all for finding time and coming over here. If I have missed few names, I really it's my apologies that I'm very poor in remembering the names. Kindly pardon me for that. So I welcome all other dignitaries who has represented or representing other institutes and being present over here. I also extend a warm welcome to all my esteemed colleagues in the capacity of deans and directors and head of the department, faculty colleagues, and dear students. To this particular inaugural session when we come to celebrate one of the uh, impactful discussion that will happen over next 2 days. Just to do the a little kind of formalities to introduce the institute to the I will take some time to introduce the achievements or the journey of the institute to the external delegates. We started in 2005. We have been recently awarded with A plus grade by NAC in our first cycle. Um, all our eligible UG programs are NBA accredited. We offer 11 AG and 4 PG programs, and there are roughly 6,800 plus students across this particular programs. And we are an MSME and DST identified TBI. Uh, we have been awarded with the or recognized with a Praya Center by DST Media Praya scheme, through which we are able to support the incubators to the capacity of 3 crore rupees over 5 years time period. We have around 50 plus incubators as of the date with us now. And in terms of research and IPR, we are also doing decently well, and we have close to 1,500 plus publications indexed under Scopus, and 350 plus publications indexed under World of Science, Web of Science rather, and the citation index is around 35 in Web of Science and 25 around in Scopus. We have been also able to attract good talent as our faculty colleague. We have close to 350 faculty colleagues with us, and overall we have been ranked under NRF engineering category for 5 times out of the last 7 years. So these are a few milestones or we have achieved so far, and over the last 1 year, our students has bagged more than a dozen hackathon, uh, you know, first prizes, whether it is Smart India Hackathon or Kavach. Our students has made us proud with their performances in problem solving. We were able to get around 14 plus student project support from UPCST over the last 2 iterations. A lot of our students are very successful entrepreneurs, and the current students or recent pass out students are also being supported by MSME for prototype development, and a lot of them are doing pretty well in that. In the patent and filing and recognition, we have filed close to 300 patents, and out of which around 15 plus are granted Indian patents, and maybe some 5 plus international patents will also be there. So these are the basic achievements that we have achieved over the journey of last 18 years or so. And with your contribution, conducted, we are conducting every year close to 7 flagship conferences. Out of these conferences, we conduct them either annually or biannually. 1 or 2 conferences we have conducted biannually. Otherwise, most of them are uh, conducted annually. So, with that introduction of GL Bajaj, I again welcome all of you to this inaugural session. Coming to the conference, as I said in introduction of Professor Chaudhary, disruptive technology is not the only way we can think of disruptiveness. Disruptive word, itself indicates that we challenge the traditional way of functioning, we challenge or do out of box thinking. So, disruptive technologies are similar in nature, like smartphone and internet are two prominent disruptive technologies that have influenced our life to a great extent. In the current world, we are looking into IoT or industrial IoT. We are looking into 3D printing, AR, VR, AI/ML, electric vehicles. These are the technologies which are going to are making the big impact on the traditional way of manufacturing or decision making, be it predictive analysis or blockchain is also one of the key areas where we are working. So whether it is a cryptocurrency, whether it is cybersecurity or in augmented reality, like in terms of teaching to gaming to having a great experience with augmented and virtual reality. These are the technologies which has made a big impact, and all those technologies or the thought process which are innovative in nature and challenge the traditional way of thinking and makes or have a potential to make an impact and change the way we look forward to the technology as well as knowledge base is called as disruptive in nature. And so at this juncture, I wish all of you a successful 2-day conference and let this conference be a stimuli to make sure that there is a little bit of change that has happened in your thought process and let this disruptiveness or inquisitiveness of yours influence the disruptiveness in you, in your thought process to make an impact in innovation and eventually research and subsequently it's an impact on the state of art and the life of many others. Thank you very much once again for your gracious presence. I welcome each one of you to this event and wish this event a successful 2 days discussion. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for the details and your kind words. Next, I would now invite our respected conference chair, Professor and CSC, Dr. Sansar Singh Chauhan, for apprising us to the conference theme.
Respected chief guest of the day, guest of honors, guests from IEEE UP section, guests from other institutions, guests from industry, session chair, authors, deans, HODs, faculty members, and my dear students. Very good morning to you all. It's my great pleasure to present the theme before a briefing of Second International Conference on Disruptive Technology, ICDT 2024, organized by Department of Computer Science and Engineering, co-sponsored by IEEE UP section. The theme of the conference is Disruptive Technology, which is divided into 5 tracks: artificial intelligence, blockchain, AR/VR, 3D printing, IoT. At this conference, we received 1,113 research papers, which includes 54 research papers from US, Indonesia, Jakarta, Saudi Arabia, Philippines, and other countries. Additionally, we are proud to have received research papers from criminal institutes like NITs and IITs. All the research papers were checked for similarity index by Authenticate. Only paper less than 15% were considered. All research papers were blind reviewed by 3 reviewers. In the review process, 508 reviewers were involved. Out of 1,113 research papers, 300 papers were accepted for presentation, which includes 99 UG, PG, and 69 IEEE member research papers, reflecting the acceptance rate of 27%. The presentation of the papers will be conducted in hybrid mode, online as well as offline. Today we have planned 16 offline sessions in the morning session, including dedicated session for women in engineering and IEEE young professionals. In the afternoon session, we will have 2 offline sessions and 13 online sessions, and 21 post presentation. Tomorrow we have scheduled 10 online sessions for further enrichment or discussion. All accepted papers will be eligible for submission to IEEE Explore and indexing in Scopus. We are honored to have a keynote speaker from academia, foreign universities, and industry sharing experience and expertise with us during the conference session. I would like to thank you all for being part of this conference and gracing the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the details and your kind words. Next, I would now invite uh, respected guest of honor, Professor R.K. Singh. Let me introduce you to the sir. Sir is the professor of the Department Electrical Engineering, IIT BHU. His area of interest is energy storage systems, optimal bidirectional battery chargers, modeling simulations, control of power electronic system, power electronics for the hybrid renewable AC-DC microgrid, modeling and control for point of loads. Sir has published many research articles in national and international conferences and guided many students under his supervision. Sir has been honored by many awards and recognition like Shama Vashne Banko 64 Best Educator Award by IIT BHU and many more. So without making you wait further, let me invite Sir for his kind words. Sir, please.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Respected Chief Guest Professor V.D. Chaudhary, Director Sahab, Professor Manas, other dignitaries sitting on the dais, some of my faculty colleagues and friends sitting off the dais, other faculty members, dear participants and students. Good morning. So, first of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the organizer and administration of GL Bajaj for giving me this opportunity to be the part of this inaugural. Few days back, I got a mail from Dr. Satyaprakash. I don't know whether he's sitting here or not. Yeah, he's right there. So he sent me an email, and just after 2 days, he just made me a call. So I thought that, yeah, I mean, it is always a pleasure to be amongst the technocrats, right? So me, being a technocrat, I always love to be the part of the technocrat. And the beauty of the technology and the contribution of the technocrats are like, in the hall in which we are sitting, you just, look around yourself, you will find that each and every part has been developed by the technocrats, whether it be this mic or this projector or this light or whatever. I mean, that is what the beauty and the contribution of the technology that has been there over the past, many years. So now coming on to this this theme of the conference, right? The conference is on disruptive technologies. So as mentioned by Director Saab, that disruptive word itself is a big. It has got an impact on the consumer. It has got an impact on the industry. It has got an impact on the academia. So in general, the objective of a conference is big. And based on my experience, I can tell you, I used to attend, many conferences in India, outside of the India. So this is a platform where you not only publish your research ideas, where you not only, discuss about or explore your understanding about your current research work, but you have also got an opportunity to do a lot of networking. And networking has got its role to play in research and academic world. With the time, this passage is for the students, not for the faculty. And I beg my pardon for, if I'm saying something wrong. So, to the students, right, you will understand the importance of a networking. You will understand that, and not only that, you will also understand the coordinate of which basically where you are, where your research lies, right? So if you interact, researchers all across the globe, you find yourself that, okay, I mean, how much I have to improve upon, how much I have to improvise my own area of research, irrespective of, in which area you are working on. So many disruptive technologies have come in nowadays, right? Many have been mentioned before. Like I work in the area of electrical vehicle technology. So when I do interact with the people all across the globe, I do find that, okay, I mean, what are the issues that are there worldwide? What are the issues that are lying with the industry? So presently, I am actually actively this working with the Tata Motors Limited and many other leading original equipment manufacturers of the country. So by working with them, I got to know that okay, we researchers should come out of silos. We are basically tuned to work within the laboratory environment. That okay, we are going to do fundamental research and you feel as if we are doing very good. But unless it gets tested with the real-time requirement by the industry or by the international community, I think we should, keep thinking in that direction also. So, I mean, this really is a very good platform. Organizing conferences basically gives us a very good platform to express our ongoing research, to carry out networking, to get to know about your own coordinate of, the quality and quantity of work that we are carrying out. So these are the opportunities, and I'm very hopeful that in these 2 days, in these 2 days, you'll have a plenary session, you'll have keynote lectures relevant to the theme of the conference, and that will kind of, benefit you in terms of gauging your own research work, in terms of learning the new concepts related to your research work. And my again message to the students would be that when you interact people, try to learn how they behave, try to learn how they kind of express themselves up, try to learn how they take up the questions and then answer those. The entire demeanor of a particular personality, because that is something that you will not find in the book. You will learn all these traits, these etiquettes, only by interacting, big personalities like Professor B.D. Singh and B.D. Chaudhary and other, right? So you have to kind of keep your eye on, you have to keep your attention on when you are interacting with these kind of personalities, and these conferences basically give us the opportunity and avenue to have a lot of interaction with such type of personalities altogether. So, yeah, I mean, with this, I wish all the very best to this conference. One thing also I would like to mention from this platform that organizing a conference is something one thing, and doing quality work and publishing quality paper is something that is equally important. If you are saying that you are getting a sponsorship from IEEE, I'm closely working with the IEEE, and I'm in major committees of IEEE's worldwide. So be very careful that each of your work is being observed by the IEEE, right? They are looking at you, and you are not only representing GL Bajaj, you are not only representing one institution, you are representing the perception of the entire country, right? So it becomes very important. It's very good that we have got 1,000 papers submission. It is good that we have accepted almost 350 papers, 300 odd numbers of 350 papers, right? But I would like to appeal to organizers that please evaluate the quality papers, right? And then give them the opportunity to further update those papers for further submission in the transactions, right? Because as I said that, recently, last week I have been there to Los Angeles for attending one of the conferences known as Applied Power Electronics Conference, right? This is one of the best conference in power electronics space. A lot of industries, almost more than 100 industries participated in that event. And, All the big shots of power electronics, electric vehicle technology, AI, machine learning, they were there in the conference, right? So the whole idea is that, you know, so they are looking at us. They are looking at us. They are looking at what Indian institutions basically are publishing. So be very careful in ensuring the quality of the publication. Quantity is of course one part, but quality is something that this world has become very small. I mean, each of your work is being observed and monitored by our peers. So this is what my message would be as a professor, that we are from electrical engineering, electronics engineering, and computer science engineering, and for us, IEEE is something that is the apex body. So if you publish papers in IEEE sponsored conferences, big conferences, and IEEE transactions, right? That basically spells out and describes the quality of your work. So and I firmly believe, I will not take much time. I firmly believe that all these institutions, I was just looking at the infrastructure available with the GL Bajaj. It's awesome. You have got all the infrastructure available where you can, ensure quality research, ensure quality technology demonstration, ensure quality education. So the only, thing that we need to take care is to develop a proper attitude that yes, we are there to ensure the quality. We have got all the civil infrastructure. We have got the very good faculty profile, who are there to help us out. So if we can get our attitude right, there is no point that we can not achieve, quality research and quality education from these institutions. So with all these, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be the part of this inaugural session, and wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such a detailed information and your kind words. Next, I would like to introduce you to our guest of honor, Professor Tanveer Ahmed. Professor Ahmed is professor in the Department of Computer Engineering, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Sir is Additional Director, Center for Information Technology. Professor Ahmed has a wide experience of more than 25 years in the academics. He has published more than 85 research papers with Scopus and SCI indexing. He has guided many PhDs under his mentorship. Professor Ahmed is a member of various bodies. He is a member of advisory group for Digital Locker System, Ministry of IT and Communication, Government of India. Member of Board of Studies, Interdisciplinary Center of Artificial Intelligence, AMU Aligarh. Sir is Board of Studies member of the Chandigarh University's Mohali, Chandigarh. Member of Board of Studies, School of Extension and Development Studies, IGNOU. Member of the Departmental Research Committee, IGTUW, New Delhi. Professor Ahmed is an expert of data mining, text mining, natural language processing, biomedical data mining. Dr. Ahmed has been a beacon of guidance and mentorship for numerous aspiring scholars throughout his illustrious career. So, without making you wait further, I would like to invite Sir to enlighten us with his profound reflections and visionary guidance. Sir, please.
Good morning to all of you. Respected Professor Vedi Chaudhary, with you my way for the first time. Professor R.K. Singh, Professor Manas, Professor Chauhan, Professor Shashank, Professor Rizwan, Professor Ansari, and all the dignitaries present here, especially the faculty members of GL Bajaj, the students whom I am seeing over there. Good morning to all of you. Now, as Professor R.K. Singh said, that it looks great that you have got 1,000 papers over there. That speaks volumes about the success of the conference. But this time you hardly find conferences where people contribute for 1,000 number of papers, and that also from different countries. That's achievement because people normally look at India and think that it's better to give papers in other. That's what we have been seeing over there. Now the theme of the conference itself looks to be a little interesting and disruptive technologies. I don't think there has been any other conference with the same name over there. Now you might be knowing that this word was coined by a Harvard professor, Professor Kitchener, in 1995, and he used the word disruptive innovations. Okay, and that was it's a technology which can gain a lot of importance in a short period of time, and that is if you see the conference themes which are there, the blockchain, the AI/ML, virtuality, then 5G, 6G, which is going to come very shortly, the IoT, nanotechnology, these are all a part of the disruptive technologies. If you see the first disruptive technology which was invented was a personal computer. Because that time when PC came, it changed the way how we are going to work, we were working at that moment. Now you see that there are some innovations, a single innovation can change the world. And you can, a very simple example would be an LED bulb which is here. Previously, you know that we were using the bulbs which are consuming electricity of 100, 200, 300 watts. Now, a simple bulb is going to, for 5, 10 watts, gives the same amount of light. And so, therefore, the whole theme of this, the innovation has to be there. Now, what Professor Singh said, I fully agree with him, that all these conferences, the research papers, what is being published or presented, should be tried to make it a product. And one product will be able to give life to millions of people. You know that a Nobel Prize was given for only developing one of the colors of the LED, the white LED. Therefore, a small thing which might not notice in the real world, but actually that's innovation which has given Nobel Prize. Now, to see from the point of view of these disruptive technologies, some of the research which has come, which is going to come, is already there. And there is very thin line between these departments. If you see the electrical people or the electronics or computer, there is hardly a very thin line. So most of the research what we are seeing as of today, they are basically interdisciplinary. Hardly you find that if you find the area of medical research, of course it has a lot of things involving, say, AI/ML, but there are a lot of things related to the concept of medical systems also. One of the areas which has come up really nicely is the area of drug target interactions. Okay, and you will find that in the next few years, the drug target interactions will become a major area of research because the conventional methods will not be able to fulfill the how the drugs will work on the diseases. Therefore, it is advantageous that you use these technologies for those things. Therefore, I will just take an example of an IoT. In IoT, computer is a small part. The major part is other technologies, maybe electronics, electrical, and therefore, what we are seeing today, the research survives when you have combined many, say, areas of technologies to make a product. Now, with this much, I congratulate all the participants of this for the conference. The papers are there. And also try to motivate the students sitting behind to come up with some of the good research, at least in your 7th, 8th semester, so that you will be able to tell when you go out of the institute that I have developed something which people will look into and appreciate that work. Don't try to just make a project for the sake of marks, because that is not the motive of the whole thing. Now when people, the government also talks about innovations, they want that you do something small but try to do it innovative. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the guidance.
Thank you, sir, for such a detailed information and encouraging words. Now, with great pleasure, I would like to introduce our chief guest of the day, Professor B.D. Chaudhary. Professor Chaudhary is a veteran in the area of software technology with more than 3 decades of research experience. He was former emeritus faculty at IIT Mandi. Prior to this, he has served various roles as a professor at MNNIT Allahabad. He has published several research papers and articles. His area of interest include object technology, object system, database systems, and semantic engineering. Sir is a great academician, researcher, and a role model for the young researchers. We all are very lucky to have you here, sir. So I would like to invite sir for his kind words. Sir, please.
Good morning to all of you. Being, I think I am the oldest person in this hall, so I derive certain privilege due to my age, right? So I have been introduced by Manas and other colleagues, but they all said good words about me. So I start with a confession with one of my weaknesses. One of the weaknesses, I'm critical to myself, critical to everybody who is around me. And I have 3 witnesses here. One is my youngest daughter. She had come with me because she had been target of all the time criticizing her for everything. And many times she would be revolted. And she would say, "Oh, you don't have anything to praise me. All the time you criticize." The other 2 are here, my students, Manas and Sansar. They were kind enough not to say this, but they had also had this one. And it's difficult for me at this age to get rid of that habit. So let me start with criticality. I would have preferred the students to sit in front and all the senior people to sit in the back. You would say why I am saying this one, because few days back I read somebody wrote in Facebook that the communication or sound has a very funny way of traveling. A father said something at the age of 17, but I listened it at the age of 40. Many of us must have experienced that whatever our parents said at an age, these are the children who are going to, we will not be there, some of us will not be there after 40 years. So even though we may feel that they are not listening to us, they would be definitely hearing it when they become 40. And we should be looking at this. It's not only my critical nature, I have a real life experience. One of my master's students who was in 80s at Allahabad, as Bala said that I always kind of a critical tool. So there was some topic which I was teaching and other things. It's the 80s, how do I remember those? So when I joined IIT Mandi, in 2015 he calls me, "Sir, are you still interested in," the topic was uh, formal concept analysis. He asked me, "Are you still interested in it?" I said, "Who is interested in that?" I talked in 2025. Sir, I need help in this one because my industry is. I said, "How come you passed in 80s and you are calling me in 2015? I said, "Yes, I need." I said, "Now I am at this age, how can I help you? But tell me your problem. I will try to." So he narrated his issue. He was an entrepreneur. He had established the IT company at Bangalore. Then I said, "Okay, let me help you in a way." That there is a faculty from, who had joined IIT Mandi recently, from IIT Madras. He has done PhD there. And since I knew his supervisor, I know his field. So let me talk to him if he can. And I put them together. I said, I will be bridge between two of you. And the whole area flourished again at IIT Mandi, leading to 3 or 4 PhDs. And the industry is still. And he has become my teacher. Every alternate week he sends me, "Sir, this is what had come out, what you talked earlier." There are some more like this one. So that was the one critical aspect which I could share with you. The other pleasure which, as a teacher, we derive is, there's an old saying कि जब घर में बेटा या बच्चे होते हैं तो लोग कहते हैं ये फलाने का बेटा है, और जब बाप बहुत बुरा हो जाता है तो कहते हैं ये उनके पिताजी हैं. It's a proud moment for me that I am being introduced as a teacher of Manas and Sansar. This is one of the greatest places being a teacher you can have, is that you are being introduced like this. Because that is what, as a parent, you do. Right? I will continue with my weakness of criticality, and I won't leave it because that's my habit. So let me start with the title of the conference, Disruptive. What I did, that when Manas called me, I looked at it and it said, this word has a negative connotation. Why did this negative connotation is coming? So I looked at synonyms in dictionary, and one of the Hindi word which was there, Bigtankari. One of the, in Hindi it was written Bigtankari. And even in English it was rowdy, unruly. These were the synonyms. And I didn't get a single word which has a positive connotation. Of course, computer science is notorious for putting new words, jargons, and some 20 years back, being director of the institute, I was chatting with Chairman Board of Governors of the institute. He was not from technical one, he's a non-technical. So he asked me, we are habit of using exploiting the. So we always say, we will exploit this for this. Then he suddenly said, Professor, why do you use this word exploit? There are alternative words, better words to that. That reminded me. So when I looked at disruptive, it reminded me that why such a negative connotation is being used. Then first I looked at that what could be the alternative word. Of course, I searched for it and I thought that transformative would have been a better positive connotation rather than a negative. But then I said, what is the reason why such a negative connotation has come up? And everybody is excited about it. Or is it excitement, or is it apprehension, or is it fear? Because we all have a habit of resisting the change. And this resistance comes out of fear about future, how it's going to evolve, what would happen, whether my job will be, I will lose my job, or I will do this or what. So this is something which prompts us to resist. This is not only at the level of institution, individual or institution, even at the level of a government, society, and everywhere. And that's the reason. Being a computer professional, and if you look at today's newspapers, yesterday there was a news that EU Parliament has passed a law governing AI in general and Chat GPT in particular. Now you can look at the apprehension that 38 countries or so many countries are reacting to a technology. I wouldn't say even technology, I would say tool, in a manner that they are rushing to. EU is not only the only one, but there are other countries, including our own, that they are rushing to make rules and other things. If you look at the industry, they have a different perspective. Even they are apprehensive how it is going to, but since their visions are in a very short term compared to the government, alright, all the major names which you take in software, they are putting funds into it. Be it Microsoft, be it Google, Amazon, all are pumping money into what we call it as a generative AI. To name few, Microsoft has invested in OpenAI, GitHub, Amazon has its own, everybody is having its own. Now the point is, being an academic institution, what is the apprehension? What is that we are to be afraid of? Is it that our laws? There is a pessimistic view. One is that conventional computer science will vanish. There will be nothing like programming. I mean, this is one perspective about generative AI. Now we can deal with it. And this anxiety is visible. I looked at the research publications across the globe. At least dozen universities from all continents are experimenting with different issues related with generative AI. They are looking at how it's going to affect the curriculum, how it's going to affect pedagogy, how it's going to affect the learning aspect of it. they don't have answer. And fear, apprehensions are very genuine. So in that sense, disruptive, even though it's a negative connotation, it does carry a significant message for all of us. The reason I will, since I know only few things about generative AI, so that's not my research area where I could talk about technicality. But I would be, but in the meantime, let me just kind of deviate from what I was talking about. If I exceed my time limit, you need to remind me. Being a teacher, if you allow a teacher, he will continue to talk. Alright? So please do stop me when you think. My student used to close their books and other things to tell me that your time is over, you need to go. So some of you may have to do that to me. Alright? So let's look at the AI generative and especially the computer science education as an educator, because this conference is being organized. Now let's look at what had happened. GitHub and OpenAI, they collaborated. They created a tool which is known as Codex. Subsequently, it became Copilot, which is supposed to generate source code in dozen of a language, Python, JavaScript, so and so. Functional programs and request is made in plain text. So you make a request in textual form and what you get is a source code in the language. It is also capable of translating from one programming language to another one. So the code could be translated from one language to another. Industry jumped on it because it increases the productivity of the workforce. They looked at it as a profit. And so Google came up with its own, it's known as VAR. Amazon came of its own, it's a code whisperer. And name any company, it's coming up with their own tools and other things. Alright? Now, if that is so, if the code can be generated, so I told about the pessimistic view of the disruptive technology. They say the conventional computer science is going to disappear. Now, what are the challenges with us? Do we go back to look at pedagogy? Should we respond to this generative AI by changing the pedagogy of teaching certain things? Let me take example of the introductory programming course on C or C++. What is the established practice which we follow? We give small exercises to students to write programs, to test it, and we check it manually, whether it's, we also check it whether students have copied or not. Now, since program can be generated from the text, what you teach as an introductory program? What should be? Because when you give a small exercise to write the code in C or C++ or any language, basically you are asking learning by doing. That's one way of the children learns. And that is where even in modern, it's a project-based learning, activity-based learning and all that terminologies are there. How do we incorporate this, especially if you are teaching machine learning, if you are teaching operating system, how it's going to? So one is about the pedagogy. How about curriculum? How do we design curriculum? Should we go and change our course on architecture? Should we go and change our formal language theory? Should we go and change our graph theory? What is that? We have a stakeholders like a student. A student concern is to get an employment. An employer wants him to be ready with a skill which is quickly could be productive. So they would like that they should be trained on a skill set like generative AI tools because that is what is going to produce. As a teacher, we have another apprehension. A student will start cheating. How do I stop cheating with these tools? Right? So these are challenges to academia in general. And as I said, that solution has to evolve. Now there are two ways we can react. One is shut our doors and we say, oh, we will not touch generative AI as we say in examination. All students are asked to put their mobile phone outside the, don't allow mobile phone inside. So we are blocking, right? We can block our, that part. The other is welcome it. Let the mobile phone also to be in the exam. Let everything. I will share one experience with you. I was at University of Missouri for a few years and I was teaching operating system. So class used to be normally in a small size class, not like ours here, 60, 100. It was a small group of 20, 25. So I said, oh, you have open book, bring all your books, everything, whatever you are interested. It will open book exam for 3 hours, or you can take even longer. It wasn't new for them, but in that subject it was new. So they brought big, somebody 2 books, somebody 3 books, kept on their table, everything. And whatever they did. After that I asked, would you like to continue with open book or closed book? Entire class said, sir, we want closed book. No, we don't want open book. Why? I said, why are you asking that? He said, sir, I spent enough time in searching for the answer. And there was no time to write the answer because I didn't know the correct answer or better answer. So most of the time I end up in looking at, and those who had 4 or 5 books, they did really bad because they were looking from one book to another book. All right? So this is the someone that we as a teacher being critical of our student, we all the time look for negative aspects of it. We do not look at the positive features which are going to emerge out of it. So the question could be, can the cheating be made that you are allowed to cheat? In many of the software related courses, I said, I allow you to copy the code from anywhere you want. Because that's what the computer scientists are laziest person. Because they want everything to be done by the computer. They don't want to do anything with them. So they are laziest one. So I says, code is already there, why do you reinvent the cycle? Use the code. But only the ethical parties acknowledge it that you have copied from so and so. That's the only requirement. Don't claim it that you have it. So bring it and bring it the best code which you find somewhere. It's a challenge. So the student preferred to write their own code because they understood it. When you take somebody else, you don't understand it. So as a teacher, as a academician, as a department, these are the challenges which are going to be. Now I talked only about computer science because I only know that. I don't know anything else. Alright? But this is true for what Professor Singh said about any of the technology. The scenario is likely to be the same. Another criticism, you may call it, or critical part of it, most of the conferences are treated as an event. Event has a very well-defined definition in computer science, but in general term, in our day-to-day conversation, events are something short time happen and we enjoy it few hours, one day, go, forget about it. We don't look at the output of a conference over a period of time. What did we get return on the investment which we put in this? So many man hours of learned faculty, students. What is the return which we got? We got 300 papers, 3,000 pages, alright? But what happened after 6 months? What happened after a year? My request would be to have this evaluation. You have invested so much into this conference, or for that matter, any of the activity. We must evaluate the output. What did we get out of it? Maybe tomorrow, maybe after 6 months, or maybe even tomorrow and after 6 months and after a year. If it doesn't produce any output for us, we should not engage ourselves in such activity. Alright? Thank you for your patience, and once again, thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts with all of you. If I had sounded very critical, I apologize for it because unfortunately I can't change my habits. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such candid stories and great insight about the disruptive technologies. Moving on next, it is time to mark a major milestone for our conference. I would request our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to please release the souvenir of the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, souvenir ICDT 2024. Now it's time to honor our esteemed dignitaries. Now I would request Director GLPITL, Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra, to honor our esteemed Chief Guest, Professor V.D. Chaudhary, as a guest of profound appreciation. I would now request Lead Strategy GLEITM Dr. Shashank Awasthi to felicitate our next guest of honor, Professor Tanveer Ahmed, as a token of gratitude.
इंटरेस्ट नहीं रहे
सर सेंटर
थोड़ा सामने
सर हल्का से फ्रंट हो जाइए प्लीज यस
Thank you, sir, for being with us. I would now request our head of the department, CSC, Dr. Sansar Singh Chauhan, to felicitate our guest of honor, Professor R.K. Singh, IIT BHU, as a token of gratitude. Thank you, sir, for being with us. I would now request Dean Student Welfare Dr. Mahavir Singh Naluka to felicitate our keynote speaker, Dr. Anuj Kumar Sharma, as a token of gratitude. Now, I would now request Head Planning Dr. Ruth Pratap Ojha to felicitate our next keynote speaker, Dr. Rizwan Khan, as a token of gratitude. Thank you, sir. Now, I would now request Dean R&D Dr. Mayank Singh to felicitate our distinguished guest, Professor M.E. Ansari, Professor and Head, EEGB.
सर
I would now request Head Planning Dr. Ruth Pratap Ojha to felicitate distinguished guest Professor K.M. Soni, Dean Domain Engineering and Technology, Amity University. I would now request Head Electronics Department Dr. Satyendra Sharma to felicitate our distinguished guest Professor Sanjay Singh, Director ABES.
Sir.
Thank you, sir, for being with us. I would now request Head IT Department Dr. E.C. Vachesh to felicitate our distinguished guest Professor Bhubitu Saran, Group Dean Academics, IEC, Greater Noida.
Sir.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Head MCA Dr. Madhu Go to felicitate Professor R.K. Yadav D and HOD EC RKGIT. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I would now request Head Triple E Dr. Mohit Bansal to felicitate Dr. Sunil Kumar IEC Greater Noida. Director IEC Greater Noida.
First, I am happy to share along all of you that my oldest guru, Dr. B.D. Chaudhary, who had taught me in 1979 to 83 back.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Head Civil Dr. Prashant Mukherjee to welcome Professor Vinay Gupta, Professor IEC Greater Noida. I would now request HOD MBA Dr. Vikas Tripathi to honor Professor Vinay Gupta, IEC Greater Noida. I would now request Head of the Department Applied Science, Dr. A.K. Mishra, to honor Dr. Yudhishthir Pandey, R.K. Mishra sir, to Dr. Yudhishthir Pandey, REC Ambedkar Nagar.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Head Center of Innovation, Dr. Jay Singh, to felicitate Dr. Vishnu Sharma, Dean ITS Greater Noida.
Sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all for being with us. I would now request our Conference Secretary, Dean Strategy, GLBITN, Dr. Shashank Awasthi, to deliver the vote of thanks.
नमस्कार, सुप्रभात। पूर्वी युहात में फिर से वोट ऑफ थैंक्स देने के लिए उपस्थित हूँ, क्योंकि ये जिम्मेदारी हमारी है एज ए कॉन्फ्रेंस सेक्रेटरी। आदरणीय मंचासीन मुख्य अतिथि और मैं कहूँ इस एजुकेशन जगत के पितामह प्रोफेसर बीडी चौधरी साहब, विशिष्ट अतिथि प्रोफेसर तनवीर अहमद साहब, प्रोफेसर आर के सिंह जी, विभिन्न संस्थानों से आए हुए निदेशक, डीन्स, संस्थान के विभागाध्यक्ष, अधिष्ठाता महोदय, आप सभी को मैं जीएल बजाज के इस प्रांगण में आपका हार्दिक अभिनंदन, वंदन, स्वागत करता हूं। मैं आप सभी का हृदय की गहराई से धन्यवाद और आभार प्रकट करता हूं कि आपने अपने व्यस्ततम समय से समय निकालकर आप हमारे मध्य उपस्थित हुए हैं। डिस्ट्रक्टिव टेक्नोलॉजी, जैसा बीडी चौधरी सर ने कहा, हमने भी कल इस वर्ड को सर्च किया था मयंक जी के साथ।